Thank you so much, and good morning, everybody. Hope you're all excited for the weekend. So I just want to start off a little bit about my background, as Cassia mentioned. So I started this back on my maternity, and prior to that, I was selling prestige luxury cars. So I absolutely loved what I did, never had any intentions of changing because I thought on paper it probably was my dream job. However, we were looking to start a family and I was working 6 days a week, 70, 80-hour weeks. And I knew as a family, I couldn't sustain working an hour away doing that, being a full-time mum. So they also didn't really give me the option to go back part-time. It was either full-time or no job. So actively, I was thinking, well, what can I do to earn additional money through my maternity? If there are mums on this call, you know how very small that is. So I was actually approached by a stranger on Facebook, just asking if I was open to earning additional money. And she caught me at a really good stage because I was crippled in debt and I was actively looking, not sure what, but I found this, and 2.5 years on, it's completely and utterly changed me as a person. I've been able to build this business in and around my daughter, who's nearly 3. I'm expecting my second baby in July. So I'm going to take you through some of our social selling slides this morning, which I'm sure, you know, as Louise has mentioned, is so crucial to our business. So I know lots of us do know this, but we have to be completely compliant driven when using social media. There's lots of people doing things unethically and in the wrong way. So as long as you know you're doing things the right way and you're leading by example, exactly as Louise mentioned, by duplicating, you will be able to duplicate you as a person because you're doing things the right way. So just to go through some pointers, if you are brand new, if this is your first call, please be your own person. It's a massive world out there, social media. We are portrayed by lots of powerful influences, and you just have to understand if you're more fun and you're personable and you're very much you, people will gel to that. So if you are starting with retailing products, for example, it's so important to have you in the pictures, particularly as you're trying to build a customer base. Your customer base at first will likely be your friends and your family. So they are going to know and want to see your face in pictures, because then it will become believable that the products work. Please look after your customers literally from the get-go. The second you sell your first product, get yourself a notepad, write their name down, and make sure that once they receive their product, you're checking in with them, making sure they know how to use it. And the great thing is, refer them to our website as well. You have directions and usages of how everything works. So you don't have to be a scientist. You don't need to know how everything works if you personally haven't sold that product you've sold. So make sure you're pointing them in the right directions. And also, when you are trying to gain customers, make sure, as Louise mentioned, it's not about you. It's about helping that individual and their wants and needs of what they're looking for. So again, just to go over some of the don'ts, please do not get into the habit of doing raffles and giveaways. If you have been in the business over the last week or so, Nu Skin have actually sent out a massive thing about giveaways. You are not allowed to give away Nu Skin products. Again, you will see people online doing things differently, but please just remember you're doing things the right way, and you will have your account completely normal and left free if you're doing things properly by not raffling or giveawaying any Nu Skin products. Again, when you're social selling, particularly using stories, do not mention the price. Keep things curious. You want people to get into your inbox. And by doing that, it's kind of creating a bit of urgency, using something, saying you've got an offer on, and then them directing to you, asking how much the offer is. Don't ever over edit pictures. So me, over the last month, I've kind of been true to myself and I've completely cut out filters on all my stories. And I have personally found people gel and relate to me more and say, it's so nice to see that you have a hormonal breakout. I'm going through pregnancy hormones at the minute. My skin is up and down like a yo-yo. People can relate to that. It's, you know, we're not all airbrushed, we're not all perfect. And the less perfect you are, the better people will prefer talking to you, because you will become more natural. And I've said here, don't become a selling catalogue. So if you're somebody that's kind of selling the toothpaste and then the tan and then the Lumi spray and the galvanic, your audience can get lost and they're kind of thinking, whoa, like she was talking about something yesterday and she's talking about this today. You know, just focus particularly on maybe 1 to 3 products, and these 1 to 3 products are the ones that you specifically use yourself, that you can then, you know, include day to day within your morning routine. And I like to say to my girls as well, have an 80-20 balance, which means 80% of your stories and everything you post on social media is to be about you, your lifestyle, what you're up to, what you're doing day to day. Me particularly, it's kind of like Play-Doh everywhere, painting for like the 100th time. People want to see that, because then that's them thinking, well, I'm sat in an office, she's sat at home painting with her daughter, and then in the evening when she goes to bed, my business then starts, and that's when and then I talk about the Lumi Spa. So I've done here a little today's action. So again, I've said social media is a massive place. Just have a look at your social media. Could you give it a cleanse? Could you give it a detox? Just kind of have a look and see what you're posting. Could things be changed? And just make it really simplified for everybody. So just to talk about setting your income goals, so I have particularly focused on the Lumi Spa. So if you are brand new, this is the best time to get onto the hype, because probably over the last 6 to 12 months, this device has gone through the roof. And I've seen it in my team, and it's not just particularly here in the UK, it is global. It's going crazy everywhere, which is really exciting. So what I really wanted to talk about was setting your income goals and why it is so important. So particularly when you are starting a new person, for example, one of the first questions you want to ask them exactly what it is they'd like to gain out of this. What is it worthwhile their time to get up and post and to do this? So I have broken down 2 scenarios of strategies that you could give somebody to help them with their first stepping stones. And we have started like a brand new fast track qualification to become a brand rep, and that's to do 2,000 share and bonus sales volume within 1 month. So I have broken that down. So if you are focused on the Lumi Spa and you have said to me that you would like to earn between £300, that is perfect, because I can then say to you, great, if you then focus on retailing 16 kits, you will then earn £370. And what I have done is I've applied a 20% discount, because as we know, lots of people were doing things with discount. And then obviously if you flip it over, if you're somebody that's wanting to really upsell and retail the Luxe kit, for example, it's then half of what you need to do, because the SV is higher, it's 200 SV, and the retail profit's the same. But what I just wanted to bring your attention to is that it's great giving customers discount, but I think for us as well that we can kind of get lost in, you know, trying to compete with other affiliates. But what I want you to understand is if you're starting somebody brand new and they have said to you they would love to earn £300, if you got them into the habit of telling them to maybe not discount the Lumi Spa, and if they could sell it for £217.55, for example, the basic kit, instead of only earning £369, as I mentioned, if that affiliate had retailed 16 standard Lumi Spas at £217, the retail profit would be £794 instead of £369. So if you can imagine, this is somebody's first month in their business, they've sold 16 standard Lumi Spa kits. That is going to make a huge difference to their confidence, and they're going to want to tell everybody about it. They started on an initial goal of earning £300, but because they had 100% confidence that the device is worth every single penny of the £217 that Nu Skin retail it at, £369 to £794 is such a massive difference in their first month of business, because they will then want to duplicate that and help everybody else earn that as well. So, you know, it is a premium price tag, but please understand the importance of why it is priced at £217, because it's worth every single penny. So, you know, I really, really challenge you to kind of maybe come away from the discount like tab a little bit and just educate your customers, because the more you can educate them and tell them why it is priced to that premium price tag, your customers won't blink an eyelid spending £200. And the great thing is they're then happy and satisfied, and then you're then satisfied at the end of the month, because you're earning more than double of what you would have if you discounted. So I just want to take you through something that's kind of pretty much gone global over Instagram. But if you kind of aren't using Instagram, you can still use this on any platform that you're using. So we particularly call this the Lumi Diaries. And with anybody brand new that said to me they want to do a £300 income target, we then now need to give them a strategy to show them exactly how they can achieve that. So for me, in the first initial stages, you have to hold their hand. They have no idea what they're doing. So for me, I get all of my team to write out their list, whether it be for 7 days, 14 days, for a whole entire month, particularly 30 days, because, you know, the brand rep qualification is for 30 or 31 days to complete. And you can then write down your ideas of what you're going to post about every single day. So particularly for me as a mum, I don't have the time to do this in the day. So when I get down and do my business, when she goes to bed, I need to know exactly how my evening looks and exactly what I need to do. So I have put down some examples of some challenges that have been going crazy on social media. And what this does is this really proves why the device is £217. And I just want to kind of reiterate as well that we cannot be unethical with other brands that we're competing against, particularly if you can try and hide the brand of the name that you're using. You know, we don't want to become one of those companies where, you know, we're better and we said so. We're not about that. We just want to educate people and show them the alternatives of maybe investing in something like the Lumi Spa would benefit their skin long term. So, you know, if you are brand new, I really encourage you to get yourself a paper diary, whether you use your phone diary, and just sit there this evening and kind of find out what you can start posting about. And, you know, particularly Success Leaves Clue, all these girls that are speaking on this call today are absolutely killing it within their business, and they are doing something right, and they are probably posting things like this. So what I really want you to do is write down their names, go through their Instagram, see what they're posting, look at their highlights, and don't copy. You want to be your completely own person, but just mimic and do what they do, because success leaves clues. And I just want to tell you that if you are brand new, if you have started and have invested in a Lumi Spa and you haven't quite had much interest yet, or if you haven't quite sold as many as you know your other person who you've signed up has, it can take on average between 12 to 20 times for a customer to see that same video of you exposed using it before they then decide whether they're interested or not. So I heard on one of these calls through one of these amazing girls, they were particularly focusing on a lower end price product that they sold really, really well at. She posted consistently for 30 days and had no interest on her polls, no interest on any of her videos or anything. So particularly people in this business will do this for 3 weeks and then decide it's not for them or not. But what I want you to do is know that the business is so much bigger than that. She passed that point, sold nothing for 30 days, then the compound effects started, like Louise mentioned, and you know the Lumi Spas started to come in because you've taken these customers and all these audience that you've been showing this on that journey with you, and they're then thinking, God, well, my skin is bad, I could probably like upgrade and things like that. So please honestly challenge yourselves to post consistently for 30 days without fail, and I promise you, you can watch your Lumi Spa sales increase. So the magic is in the inbox. We hear this all the time, but honestly, if it doesn't happen on the first message, it might happen on the second or the seventh message, okay? So particularly every single person that interacts with your stories, that votes on your polls, your question boxes, whatever you use, I particularly send them this message and just say, hi Lucy, I hope you're well. Thank you for voting on my Lumi Spa poll. Let me know if you'd like any more information on the device and packages we have, or if you could let me know it was an accidental click. So we all know lots of people will probably click and then decide against it. So doing that kind of makes it a bit of an easy way for them to reply to say, if I am or not interested, it's okay. You know, and again, you know, with the finding their wants and needs, if somebody messages you and says, what's the price? Even if they're your friends, even if it's your nan, do not send them the price straight away. And that is because we need to educate our customers and tell them exactly, you know, why their device would be suited to their skin type. So I speak to so many different people that have eczema compared to somebody that's looking at an anti-aging side of a benefit that they're looking for. So the conversations are going to be completely different. So how I tend to reply is, if they say yes, they're open, I would then say, okay, great, would love to send you some information for me to tailor the right particular kit for you. If you could let me know what you're currently using, and if you have any current concerns, I can then obviously then guide best. That way they're going to tell you all their concerns. You can then tailor that response exactly how they want and what they want to hear. So if somebody said that their main concern is breakouts, you wouldn't then really talk about the collagen production and things like that. Yes, it's important to know, but down the line, they just want to know whether it's going to help their breakouts. So just please be really, really particular when you're messaging people. Slow the conversation right down, because you should really exchange between maybe 4 to 5 messages before you've even spoken about the price. And again, following up is absolutely everything. So, you know, I have put following up in a spreadsheet. Spoke to Louise the other day and she said not everybody's kind of spreadsheet friendly, which I completely agree with. So she mentioned about something her team particularly, you know, if they have interest on their polls, if they have anybody interested, particularly on their stories, rather than kind of getting confused with spreadsheets, if you're brand new and don't particularly have a laptop, you can save them in a saved album in a collection on your Instagram. So again, you can keep them all there, the people that voted on your poll for business related inquiries, Lumi Spa related inquiries, so it's then easier to find. And then I've put go for no with products. So what can you upsell with a Lumi Spa? So particularly for me, I never just focus on selling the Lumi Spa. We all know the basic routine of actually perfect looking skin is cleansing, toning and moisturizing. So I will always aim to retail my customers at least between 2 to 3 products because they need that. And that's how that's why our skin looks great, because we're using cleansers, toners and moisturizers. So you have to sell them the full package for them to get the results of your skin if your skin looks great. And give people 2 options. So particularly in the prices when I send to people, I will give them price B and price A and price B. So then that then gives them the option to choose. And then what I will say is that, if they go for option B with the toner and the moisturizer, that's then when I discount it. But particularly if they're just wanting to buy the Lumi Spa, I don't really discount at all, because it's so important that they understand the importance of upgrading and investing in other products. And to follow up with people, lots of people are inquiring at the beginning of the month, they've just literally had their bills come out. We then need to maybe touch them on a payday when things have kind of, they've got money back into their bank account as well. So again, saving them in a collection on your Instagram at the end of the month, rather than retrawling through a spreadsheet, you can then find them in your collections and then follow up with them just to let them know if they'd like any more information. And just to look after your customers, as I mentioned in the previous slides, it's so important that if you are looking after your customers, the best affiliates in this business will end up being the best, brand representatives. And it's just proof in the pudding that if you look after your customers, I've had a lady who was my first Lumi Spa customer. It's taken me 2 years to get her on board finally. And the messages, as you've all probably had, I can't do what you do, I can't talk on camera, but she's seen me grow as a person, she's seen my lifestyle change. And now, because I've looked after her, I've checked in with her every single month, she now has joined the business and she's doing amazing and hit brand rep within 1 month. So with your customers, could you ask them for referrals? So that they then might have a network of 1,000 people on their friend list. So if they could then post when they receive their Lumi Spa, the results of their Lumi Spa, do you see how easy it is to gauge other contacts and other interests from outside networks that you haven't actually exposed to yet? Are you asking for testimonials? So I always say to customers when they receive their devices, please take pictures, please send me static evidence, because that's what people like to see, hardcore evidence. Again, are you offering them the business? So, after a month or so, that I could then say to them, look, you've referred me 2 people to purchase a Lumi Spa. The account is completely free. Why don't we get you started? You can send your own affiliate links and you can start earning money today, and add new people every single day. It's so important to make sure that you've got new eyes on your feed every single day. And I've just put a little diagram on the right. Just by having 1 customer can make your business duplicate exactly like that on the right, which is so exciting. And then just lastly on these last few slides is please be a beauty tech. And what I mean by that is if you are focusing on wanting to sell this premium price tag, multi-million, pound device that we've, researched and, had so many clinical studies behind of millions of pounds worth of investment, know your stuff. And how you know your stuff is being a beauty tech and being passionate about it. So, I've put some things here. I'm not going to read through them for you to print screen to learn about them. The more you use it, the easier it'll become anyway. But again, the best way that you can go and learn this is on the PIP, the product information page on our website. But just lastly, I'm so excited. We have our brand new Boost device that's launching here, within March, over these next couple of months. So the time is now. So definitely get behind the bang. And I'm really, really excited for you all with your journeys.